Sorry, I've got to run." "An actual dead body this time?" Viv asked. Bailey nodded. "Yeah." "We should be getting to work, too." Viv looked at Layla. "We're working some late nights these days. I don't think I'm cut out for the night shift. At least this assignment will be over soon." "You'll have me there for moral support," Layla smiled. Bailey's heart warmed watching her friends. "Be good. I'll catch up with you two later." She never asked questions about their work, but understood they were working on an important project. She exited the restaurant and got on the metro. Then she hopped off at L'Enfant Plaza and made the short walk to the D.C. medical examiner's office. As an agent in the Criminal Investigative Division, working out of the D.C. field office, her days and nights were often filled with things most people would rather avoid. But she did important, fulfilling work. Much more fulfilling than taking a traditional lawyer gig at a huge firm. Although she'd had a ton of offers to do so. Having a law degree gave her a unique perspective many of her colleagues didn't have. Most of the agents who did have JDs had chosen to work in other divisions at the FBI. Not her. She thrived on the challenges that came with working violent crimes. No stranger to the medical examiner's office, she flashed her badge at the security guard and made her way to Connor, who stood in the lobby. "Thanks for waiting on me, or is it that you didn't want to visit the body alone?" She enjoyed giving Connor a hard time, but he always took it in stride. He smiled. "You know I'm a team player." "So what have we got?" They started walking down the hallway to the elevator that would take them to the basement morgue. His blue eyes met hers. "DC police called us in because this is the second murder in 3 days with a similar M.O. The first murder was in Arlington, but this victim was killed in Foggy Bottom. Arlington and D.C. police stay in close communication, and they put 2 and 2 together." The elevator dinged, and they exited to see Jessie, or Doc Phillips as she was known, as the coroner on duty. She was one of Bailey's favorite people to work with. The short, gray-haired woman greeted them both warmly. "Good evening, agents. I'm glad you're here." They followed her into the morgue, and Bailey was ready to jump in. "Connor tells me the victim is similar to one from just 3 days ago?" "That's correct. I got the autopsy report from the Arlington ME's office. The prior victim is Michael Rogers, and while I can't say with certainty, there is a striking resemblance in what was done to the 2 bodies." Doc Phillips removed the sheet covering the new victim lying on the table. The first thing that struck Bailey was the man's ultra-strong physique. Given his size and muscle tone, this made the crime all the more perplexing. "Did you notice his build?" she said. "For someone to get the drop on him, he must have really been caught by surprise." Connor nodded. "I'm not an expert, but from the angles of the cuts, it looks like someone came up on him from behind and maybe caught him off guard." He ran his hand through his short blonde hair. "Am I right, Doc?" "You're right that the wounds were inflicted from behind." The ME pointed toward the body. "As you can see, there are multiple stab wounds. I can tell you they are in the same direction and depth as Rogers." She walked over to her desk and picked up some papers. "Take a look for yourself. This is the report for Rogers." Bailey and Connor both took a few moments to study the report. "So we're possibly looking at the same killer," Bailey said flatly. "Only 3 days in between, same M.O. No cooling-off period. This could be the makings of a spree case." "It is my opinion that this could be the same killer, but for the rest of it, I'll leave the investigating up to the FBI."